it's transporting, like what Sandy said, food, if that food is leaking in that corrugated container, that packaging breaks down, the mechanism to transport that through operations is now impacted. So when you move to reusable packaging, it's got consistency in its form factor, and minimizes breakage and damage and other things that can have other process impacts in terms of transporting it through the supply chain.
This is a great topic. I have seen a lot. It's interesting that Sandy brought up produce in Europe. And I don't know if Sandy, you know this, but we're tracking right now about 60 million plastic trays in North America that move produce. We're using your sensors and RAIN RFID. And we were brought in because they were faced with several very critical challenges that were just bleeding money out of their supply chain. The first of which, it's a very complex supply chain in that there are 10,000 growers across North America, and there are thousands of retailers, and these assets are just scattered across all of North America. And when that happens, there's inherently inefficiencies in the handling, and therefore our customer had cycle days that were north of 100 days before they got their assets back. And that's just atrocious. And they had done a calculation that was costing them upwards of $15 million a year in waste by not having a more efficient visibility on those assets. That means they're replacing 25 to 30% of their fleet every year. That's for no growth. That's through, it's just loss. And that loss is because there's a lot of theft, because plastic can be regrinded. So there's organized crime rings that steal plastic.
The thieves, I've read about this. It's wild.
It is astronomical. It's crazy that, because the supply chain in baking, and we're going to bounce around a little bit, so hopefully I don't take too much time here on this, but the supply chain in baking is set up so that the bread product is dropped at restaurants, at stores, at convenience gas stations, you name it, wherever there's bread products, the plastic sits outside because there's no room in these places to store empty plastic. So it sits out back until the next delivery when they pick it up and they pick it up. Well, between Tuesday and Friday, on Thursday, there's trucks that come by and just steal the stuff and take it to the regrinder and regrind the plastic and collect the money off of it. And it's a chronic issue in the baking world that takes place.